first started my design business, I thought that success meant having a super impressive portfolio showcasing all types of different projects and charging affordable rates to book clients. But I was completely wrong. Back then, I would spend months and hours creating designs for clients that treated me like a pixel pusher while I got paid peanuts. They would change their minds constantly and kind of treat me like an employee instead of a professional service provider.
After scaling our own graphic design businesses to consistent 5-figure months and helping hundreds of other designers do the exact same thing, here's the truth that we saw. The ones who struggle aren't missing talent. They're missing the business pieces that actually make a creative career sustainable. In this video, we're going to be breaking down 5 lessons we wish somebody had told us before we ever sent out our first invoice, so that you can skip the rookie mistake and start building a profitable design business right now.
Number 1, use contracts for everything. I don't care if it's your friend, if it's your family member, use a contract. They exist to protect both you and your clients. And if you're a new designer, it's really easy to get excited about your first project, shake hands, agree on something, and then start designing without ever signing an official contract. But this can lead to major problems later down the road. Because what happens when the client changes the entire direction of the project halfway through? Or what happens when you sent the client the first presentation and they ghost you, but you need your feedback to finish everything? What happens when the invoice was due 2 weeks ago and they still haven't paid it? If you don't have a contract, you have nothing to protect you. You have nothing to fall back on, and you have nothing to reference when you and your client get into a sticky situation or there's some miscommunication that happens. Contracts are so important. Do not do work without one. Inevitably, almost every single designer ends up having some type of client horror story where they didn't have a contract in place or they ended up getting scammed or taken advantage of. I don't want that to be you. Invest in a good contract from the beginning. There are some free freelance contracts out there, and if you're really looking for a contract made by designers for designers, click the link in the description to go purchase our contract template, which covers everything you could possibly need, from a pause clause for when clients disappear mid-project, to cancellation fees, to additional hourly rates when clients ask for extra revisions. This contract has been created after years and years and years of working with clients and finding ourselves in all sorts of difficult situations. As a designer, you truly do not know about some of these things until you find yourself stuck in the situation, not knowing what to do. This contract can help you navigate those types of client projects with ease. Plus, when you work with contracts, it makes the experience feel like the client is working with a true professional and not just a creative freelancer who doesn't take their job seriously.
So, thing number 2 is boundaries. I've learned this the hard way. In the beginning, I thought that being nice and always available made me a good designer. All it really did was to train my clients to expect access to me 24/7. The truth is that boundaries aren't about being cold or difficult. They're about protecting your creativity so that you can actually do your best work. Here's what that looked like for me. I stopped letting clients text my personal phone number at midnight, and I stopped answering them. I set clear communication hours between 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and I started collecting feedback through one link instead of scattered DMs or email threads. And something amazing happened. The moment I enforced my boundaries, the quality of my work went up, and my clients started respecting me more for it. Now, what I also learned is that clients aren't trying to be a pain in your butt when they break your boundaries. They're confused and they need some direction. So instead of getting offended by it, take it as an opportunity to lead your clients through a better experience. So from the very start, decide how you want people to communicate with you, when you're available, and how revisions will happen. It's one of the fastest ways to get out of the employee relationship with your client and freelancer for hire energy and into a creative director of this project type of energy.
Niching down in some way, shape, or form is absolutely crucial. Here's the thing. When I first started, I did logos, brochures, business cards, websites, you named it. I did it. And it was in my portfolio. And I did it for any industry. I had very affordable package options, and I would work with any client. The problem with that is I would actually drive away those high-ticket clients I really wanted because I didn't feel like an expert. Because when you are a generalist, when you're just the person that can get the job done, you are not going to appeal to these clients who have thousands and thousands of dollars to invest. High-ticket clients are looking for designers who can speak their language. Sometimes that means having a portfolio that really resonates with their style. Sometimes that means choosing the designer that specializes in their industry. Either way, they're usually not looking for the designer that's just a jack of all trades. They're looking for an expert who's going to help them with their specific business problem. Once I rebranded myself and got clear on the dream clients I was trying to attract, I totally changed my messaging. I rebranded myself and I updated my portfolio to attract the types of clients I wanted to be working with. And now I book 10K plus projects because I was able to change and position myself as an expert for my type of dream clients. And yes, that does mean some people are not going to choose me. I don't want to work with everybody. I don't want everybody to choose me. I am not the designer for everybody. And that's the difference between high ticket designers and designers that are competing for the lowest price. I've seen designers double their rates just by changing their positioning. For example, instead of calling themselves a graphic designer, they call themselves a brand designer for eco-friendly fashion brands. That's a whole lot more specific and feels like they have a lot of expertise in that area versus just a graphic designer. You can also think about it like this. If there is a beverage brand looking for a rebrand, do you think they're going to choose the designer that can get the job done and works with all types of businesses, or the designer that specializes in the food and beverage industry? Probably the designer that specializes in the food and beverage industry, even if they charge more than the other designer, because they appear as an expert to the client. And that is one of the biggest reasons you need to niche down. And you don't have to do it just by industry. We've talked about that a lot here on this channel. There are a lot of different ways to identify your dream clients.
Before we get into the fourth lesson, I just want to mention something that'll make implementing these tips so much easier. We put together a free 90-day plan designed specifically to help you reach your first 10K month. It gives you a clear focus for each week and month, so you're not left wondering what to do next. You can grab it using the link in the description and then come back and finish these tips because the next one is a big one. Thing number 4, confidence is absolutely key. I cannot stress this enough. Confidence is a moneymaker. Early on, I thought I needed more experience to deserve charging higher ticket rates. What I really needed was confidence to stand by the value of what I had already brought to the table. You don't have to wait until you have a huge portfolio to sound confident. You simply have to believe in the transformation your work creates for your clients and communicate from that belief. Clients can hear the confidence in your voice when you explain your prices. They can see it in the way you present your proposal and feel it in the emails that you send. If you're nervous, I want you to practice saying your prices out loud until it feels natural. Confident designers set the tone for the entire project and get paid accordingly. Insecure designers end up apologizing for their rates, discounting their offers, or taking on nightmare clients. And I don't want that for you. So if you're going to choose one skill to develop early, let it be this one.
Number 5, be a part of a community. Building a design business can be lonely, especially if you have unsupportive people in your life. You're stuck figuring out pricing by yourself, questioning if you made the right decision during that client project, and you might be missing opportunities you don't even know exist because you don't have the right people around you to help you realize those things. A lot of creatives feel like they can't talk to other designers because they just view them as competition, but here at The Brief Collective, we believe in community over competition. We know that some designers are going to be a better fit for client A, and some other designers are going to be a better fit for client B. We don't have to compete, because at the end of the day, our job is to help our clients, help them find the best designer for their need. And when you look at things from that standpoint, the industry becomes a whole lot less of a giant competition and a whole lot more of a supportive, collaborative space where we can all win together and help brands thrive. Once you start getting around other designers who are booking 10K clients on the regular, it makes you realize it's not as impossible to do as it sounds. And it's nice to have a space where there are other creatives who understand the life of a creative. And what's working for one designer might not work for you, but it also might give you new ideas or inspire you to try new things or open you up to new perspectives that you didn't have before you joined a community. This is one of the biggest reasons we created Social Butterfly Club, which is our marketing membership for designers that's just $29 a month. We've had some of our members book their first client using the things we teach in there. We've even had somebody book their first $7,000 client because we were able to spot an opportunity they had sitting at their fingertips that they didn't even know about. The successful designers know that there is more than enough clients to go around, and we're not gatekeeping the industry. We're not afraid to share our knowledge, and in fact, we want to share it because we want to uplift the industry together. It's going to take all of us making changes and raising our prices at the same time.
So these are the 5 things we wish we knew before starting our graphic design businesses. Looking back, the hardest lessons we've learned weren't about choosing colors or the perfect font or how to make a really good mock-up. They were about running a business as a leader. We've been through the messy middle ourselves, pricing mistakes, scope creep, confidence dips, even burnout, and that's exactly why we can teach what actually works.
And we've taken that knowledge and put it together into a free 90-day plan to hit your first 10K month. It has simple action steps that you can complete with daily, weekly, and monthly milestones to keep you on track. So if you're ready to take that first step towards 5-figure months, click the link in the description to get the action plan completely free. Finally, make sure to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and click here to watch our video on why 95% of graphic designers fail.